However you look at it, the agency model is the best way for beginner entrepreneurs to start making money online. You don't need a big experience, you can work remotely from anywhere in the world, and it only takes few weeks and in some cases few days to get the first payments. Now with this new rise of AI and all the gurus telling you outdated methods, it is hard to find a solid way to get started. So in this video I want to break down what's currently working at the end of 2024 and what I believe is going to work in the upcoming years. We will go through all the necessary steps that you need to take in order to start closing deals and start having 4-figure days. If you wish to take control over the 3 freedoms in your life, which is time, money, and location, start selling your services over social media at the end of 2024 and going into 2025. Learn the system that's currently working and become the digital entrepreneur, then this video is going to be for you. And in order to learn the basics right, you want to be learning from somebody who has already done it and who is still doing that and who still has a skin in a game, because the game is changing rapidly now. And that's where I come into the play. After 3 years of running my agency, I've tested all of the methods that you can think of in order to acquire clients. And I was able to pull multiple 10K and plus months, and I'm still running the agency. In this video, I'm going to show you the first step that you need to take in order to start being profitable with your agency, which is how to get clients for your SMMA agency. I'm going to show you what currently works the best so that you save yourself the valuable time and start earning as soon as you can. So when we speak about the best ways to get clients, in this case on Instagram in 2025, there are 4 steps you need to do to achieve that. First of all, you need to get leads, and you can get the leads through paid or organic marketing. Then you need to nurture the leads, which this part actually most people miss, and it's crucial in this new AR era that we are going into, that we are already into. Then you need to sell to those leads. You can use sales calls, or you can do it with content, maybe DMs. And then you need to deliver the service. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on the steps from 1 to 3, because delivering the service, you can just learn that from any YouTube video tutorial. It's not really that important because everybody has a similar service, but the caveat is in learning how to sell to somebody. If you can acquire clients, then you're not a regular worker anymore, then you're a business owner, which is the most important skill that you can have if you want to be an entrepreneur. So I want to speak about the old ways because they are not working anymore. And I know that because I tried that in 2021 and 2020 and it wasn't working then. And it sure as hell isn't going to work now in 2024. And that is the cold outreach. Sending thousands of emails per day won't get you anywhere in this era. You might get a deal or two, but that's not sustainable on its own. People buy because they trust you. And if you can create trust, you will sell. And any sort of cold outreach doesn't really convey any sort of trust. So what you need to have before you even start, you need to have the niche. So who is your ideal avatar? Who you're selling to? What is the industry? You need to have all those things figured out. You need to have your ideal avatar in your mind. So who is that person that you're selling to? Then you need to have the offer. What will you get to them? And I don't mean the service like web design, paid ads. I don't care about that. What is the outcome of your service? That is the offer. For example, for me, it's lead generation, but I don't say I do lead generation. I'd say I will get you 1 to 3 inquiries, personal inquiries per day. That's something else. It doesn't matter how, it matters what. Okay, and then you need to have the messaging. Why are you the best? A lot of people do, for example, web design. What makes you the best? Why will people want to buy from you? And this is also a really crucial part that a lot of people are missing, and that's why they're failing. So the goal is to get the right offer to the right people and to create trust that you are the one who will deliver the results to them. If you can get those two, then you will be profitable. So the first step is getting the leads. You can take few routes to lead generation, to getting the potential clients to yourself. And there are 2 main boxes that you can take. It's either a free way or a paid way. In free way, you have the cold outreach or you have the organic content creation. Then in paid ways, you have any sort of paid ads. First of all, for service businesses, it's either lead generation, direct ads, or it's a profit visit ad where you take it's much more longer route, but you have better leads in that way. And I literally tried all of the above. So I want to talk about each and every one of them so you can see the pros and cons. And then I'm going to give you the system that I think is working the best now. And I've seen not many people using that for now. So speaking about the free way, that's the cold outreach. And I've done it for half a year, every day, like a maniac. and it didn't work. So that's all about sending DMs, doing cold calls, scraping the lists of phone calls, using different phone services to call people from other countries. It's a nightmare. You're sending also emails. I never actually done that, but calls and DMs, I done it every day for 6 months. And I know why that seems really appealing to you, because it's free. But the problem is there are too many people already doing that. You appear as a needy person. So you're reaching to people saying, hey, do you want to give me money? Right? That's how people see it when they see a cold message. There are too many bots and scammers. For example, I get like 5 messages from random people outreaching me per day, and I get double that from some random bots spamming my inbox. It's really time consuming and it's soul crushing. You're sending so many DMs per day, and then after 10 days, you get that one sales call and then you blow it. And it's an awful feeling. There is an easier way. If it's hard, it doesn't matter, you should do it. There are better ways. So, whoever's telling you send 1,000 emails per day, just don't listen. That's shit. It's not really feasible in the long run. You can't keep up with that. It's not real. And I got one client after 4 months, after full days of sales calls, like everyday sales calls, not actually sales calls. It was cold calls and DMs. And I would rarely have the sales call, and it was a nightmare. They wouldn't know who I am. You're just starting out, so you suck at sales calls. You don't have any opportunity to learn the sales calls because you're spending all the time spamming people. So I wouldn't recommend that. Speaking about the organic approach, you create content and you wait for algorithm of any platform that you're using to push you. And the problem with that is that you have no control over who sees your content. Some videos may blow up, but the problem is you have no control over who Instagram is going to show that to. So you may get somebody who is a follower of yours, but he may not be your buyer. So there are profiles with thousands of followers, but they're struggling to make 1K per month because it's just the wrong followers. You don't have any control. The leads that you may get, they're crappy leads. That's maybe somebody who is scrolling on Instagram and he's an aspiring whatever niche you're into, but he is not somebody who can pay you. And there is no way of knowing when your video is going to blow up. Of course, you can maybe make it a little bit faster, but still there is not much control, and you can't rely on something that's so uncontrollable. You can't rely your whole business on organic marketing. When we speak about paid ways, there is the lead generation direct ads, which a lot of agency do for their own business. You pay to get the offer in front of the ideal clients. For example, this was one of my own ads. It's, as you can see, it's not a video, it's a static image ads, because you want people to see your offer as soon as you can. And it's like you can see, it's not so pretty ad, it's ugly, and it has bright colors. Home renovation companies, which I work with, I'm just saying, hey, I get you 1 to 3 potential projects every day. I'm not mentioning how, and then start your 2024 in the right way. This was at the beginning of this year. And the funnel goes direct offer ad, then they sign up, they have a lead form, they answer 4 or 5 questions, or they go to the landing page where again they answer the questions, they book a call, you have a sales call, and then you either close the deal or you don't. Okay, a big pro of this overall of paid ads is that they reach out to you. You don't outreach to them. It's not the other way around as with any sort of cold outreach. So whoever signs up and whoever books a sales call, he is somebody who is in need of your service. But here, there are also a few problems. And I know this because I've been running this for the longest time. So this was my main source of money for over a year. And I just did this. So the problem with when you're just starting out is that it's expensive to start with. Not because the leads are expensive, but because if you don't nail your offer right away, you will burn money and you will get no leads. Right. So if you have the good offer, for example, mine 1 to 3 potential projects every day for construction companies, this has been tested many times, so I know it's working. So I'm always getting leads. But when you're starting out, you have to test which offer is going to work. So you do have to have some money up front. And by the way, if you don't have like $50, $100 to test on ads, then just don't start business or go get employed. Make that initial money and then start, because it's faster for you to go get a job and go get some money in than to do organic and cold outreach for months and have 0 results. You have to be moving fast. And the ads, and particularly these sort of ads that I will show you in the future now in this video, That's the fastest way that you can grow, and it's not that expensive, right? Okay, so other problem with the lead generation ads, the direct sales ads, is that if you have no sale experience, you will not sell. And the first 20 sales calls will suck. And whoever tells you, yeah, you're gonna, just get the lead, get the sales call closed, it doesn't go that way. Just you have to have an experience. And there is also the big problem of lack of trust. You're a beginner. There was not enough time to create trust. If somebody just saw your ad and then you go immediately to the sales call, if you have no sales experience, you will not sell because the only touch point was this ad right here. And that's not enough. If you have an exceptional sales skills, then you will be able to sell. But most of people in these days just don't have that. So there is that lack of trust. The lead nurture is missing here. Now, there is another way of creating the ads, which are profit visit ads. And here, the only point is to get somebody to trust you and to follow you. So you boost your reels to get followers, which then you nurture with your content. And this is a longer form of funnel. So you go from boosted reel to new follower to nurturing it with your content, and then you close the deal somewhere in the future. Now, the problem here is, first of all, it's not instant. If you're just starting out, you need the cash flow right now. And here the funnel is working, but if you don't have initial money, you will not be able to sustain this funnel for the long run, and you are going to turn down the ads and you're going to fail. For a lot of people, the problem of showing your face, a lot of people don't like that. And if you're running a service, a done-for-you service, you don't actually need to show your face. You have to speak to the camera. There is an accent issue. For example, I'm from Croatia, and although I have a decent accent, you can hear that I'm not a native English speaker. And if you're from any sort of a country that has a thick accent, when people hear you, they have this feeling of getting away from people who are not native, especially if you're targeting international market. Also, it's expensive to run. The funnel is, you need to pump 20 euros per day. And then in the long run, you're going to have clients, but you need to have like a big chunk of money before. You might get people who are just interested, who want to copy your system, but they're not ideal leads. So whoever follows you, they can follow you just from the curiosity. I'm going to break down now what works in 2024, 2025 to get the best leads and to create trust, to get the deals closed faster. And I did this summer and I got blown away by results. I've never seen anybody actually doing this way. I've seen something similar, but not specifically in this way. And I named it the 1% funnel, and it's a hybrid approach of organic and paid marketing, okay? It needs to have the both. I call it the 1% because you get the 1% audience. Usually out of 100 people, just one is going to buy. So we are trying to get only those people to go into the funnel, to become our followers and get rid of the rest. The idea here is to use direct offer ads without pushing to the sales call, because that creates intensity, that creates no space to building trust. Okay, so if you if you push out the sales call, you're leaving the space to create trust, and it will all make sense in just a second. So what do you need? You need an Instagram brand, personal or just a brand. It doesn't have to be actually personal. You need an optimized profile. You need to have the bio optimized, the story highlights with results inside. You need to have a good profile picture. You need to have organic content, which in this case will be reels and stories, daily stories, by the way. And you need to have paid ads. And paid ads could be in a form of 6-second reels or static image ad. What you don't need is, you don't have to go viral. You don't have to have a big following. You don't have to have a big budget. You don't have to do cold outreach. And you don't have to actually do sales calls, but that's something more an advanced method. But at the end, I don't use sales calls right now. I haven't taken sales call in 5 months, which when you compare it before, when I was just doing lead generation ads, I had like full day booked with sales calls. So it's a huge difference. So this is the funnel. You can see it has 3 layers. First one is getting the new followers. Using the IG ads, we can go with profit visit ads and lead generation. By the way, this is all a overview of the funnel. We are going to dive into each step right now. So again, getting new followers, we use IG ads to get profit visit, to get followers, right? Or to get people to DM us. Then whoever is here and who didn't convert, we are going to nurture him with the content. We use stories and reels. made in a specific way. Then for conversions, I'm using, in my case, DM scripts and a landing page. In your case, you go with DMs and then sales call, whichever funnel you choose to go for. Speaking about those direct offer ads, this is the only paid part of the funnel, and it's necessary because we want the right people inside of the funnel. We are going to use profit visit ads and lead generation DM ads. Now, when we speak about the money, I'm spending usually 5 to 10 euros per day. And from that, I'm getting 5 to 7 DMs of people interested because it's a direct offer. And I'm getting 3 to 5 new followers. Now, you don't have to have the ads running every day. You can turn them on for 3 days, get all of those people in and shut the ads down and then run it on whenever you want. So what I use from creatives, I use a mix of 6 seconds videos and static image ads. And I'm going to show you right now. So before I show you the ads, this is a template that I use for creation of any ad that I'm running. So it's not a token video, it's just direct offer. So for direct offer, you need to call out your niche, connect it to the desire or pain that they're having. You need to show your offer and you need to have a call to action. So when we speak about the profile visit ads, this is a video ad. And as you can see, it's like 5 seconds long, and in the background there is a guy, like a construction guy, and I'm saying this is only for construction companies, established construction companies. I'm niching down even more, and I'm saying if you want to expand, I will generate you, and then there is my offer, and then there is call to action at the bottom. If you go with static image ads, again, it's the same thing. You have the niche call out, then you have your offer, and then I don't have call to action at the creative level, but I do have it as a button, follow profile. That's just a sponsor post. The second image is also get more appointments for dermatology clinic. I have the offer here. And again, there is no call to action, but the call to action is the button that they're going to click on the ad. The same thing with lead generation DM ads. The only difference between those two is that here you are sending them to follow you, and here you're sending them in DM where they answer the pre-made questions for you, and then you continue to DM back and forth. So again, as you can see, like there is call of your niche. So expanding your kitchen remodeling company, you have the offer, 1 to 3 potential clients, sign up for free consultation. Okay, here you have the same thing. Landscapers, I retired or share leads. This is sort of a pain point. I will get you the offer, and then you have call to action down there. So in both cases, you can see that they can be faceless, and I usually run them faceless for my agency because I'm young and I work with construction companies. Once they see my face, they're like, he's young. I don't want to, I don't want to even go in. So it's better for the ads to be faceless actually. And then once they go on a profile, they see your face. That's sort of a different because they already gave you the initial trust of their time. And the big bonus here, which is different from profile visit ads, that's different from direct lead generation ads with sales call, is that you have a direct offer and it will get only people who want your service, but you're not pushing for the sales call. So you are leaving the space for them to create trust in your system, but still it's somebody who is interested in your offer. So in the funnel, we have 2 ways of getting clients here. With the profile visit ads, you have the funnel of viewer, follower who is going to DM you, and then he's going to become your client. And then with lead generation DM ads, you have a viewer who DMs you, and then if everything is okay, he's going to become your client. And if not, and if it happens that he's not ready to buy, you will continue to nurture him with your content, which is going to be the second part here, and then he becomes your client. So some people will decide to buy now, giving you the cash flow immediately, and others will watch your content and pull the trigger to buy afterwards. Not one lead is going to go to waste. And the effects that you will have here is that you will get the audience and followers for only high quality leads. Okay, you will avoid people who are just interested because whoever follows you will be somebody who saw your ad. And it's like it's a direct offer. Anybody who is a construction company, in my case, is going to follow. Nobody else is going to follow. Okay, I've tested it and it's a pure audience in that case. There is no pressure of sales calls. You get a more relaxed approach. And if you do get to the sales call, it's going to be so chill because you already kind of know each other. And there is more time to create trust using DMs and with organic content. So we covered the lead generation now, but this doesn't work if you don't have the lead nurture. So now I'm going to explain you what do you need to do for the lead nurture here. This is the organic part, and every new follower or people who DM you will watch your content. They will check your profile. This is the way that it's working right now. Okay, it is necessary to have, and it's free, so it just takes your time, and you want to do this. Okay, so I'm going to give you now a secret that allow me to use my content to build trust and essentially act as a sales call. And that is to transform a sales call into the content. And that means using reels and stories to speak about these themes. So pain points and how you will solve them, desired results and how you will help them achieve them, handle the objections, for example, price objection, or is that even for me? Am I a scammer? You know, all those things. Show testimonials. If you don't have testimonials, just speak about what your service is going to bring to them and explain your system. If you go with reels, I would do all of those themes, and in stories, you can have call to action on the stories every day. So that can be like hand raiser, that can be DM me a word to get started. You can have a special offers, for example, we have only 3 spots this month, DM this word and you will get a discount. Whatever you have from a special offers, you can run on stories. And it's acceptable to do call to actions every day on stories. On reels, it's not so acceptable because that's more of an educational content. But with stories, it's a tool where you can launch your follow-ups literally every day. This can be faceless. You can do non-talking videos, but with your face, so you can just show yourself. And it's those 6 seconds reels with captions, so people are gonna read that. And the goal is to create trust. The effects that you will get here is that people will see you as a real person. They will see your system in action, and they will see your results. First link down there in bio is going to be my free content templates and explanation of the full 1% funnel in details, where I have more about the niching down and the offers and more templates of creating this content, so you can go and check it out. And when we speak about the sales part, you can sell through DMs or you can sell via sales calls. If you're gonna sell through DMs, you need to have testimonials. You need to have story highlights filled with testimonials, and you need to have a landing page with a VSL. VSL is video sales letter, which basically is mimicking the sales call. But if you don't have all those things, you can just go for a sales call. So after somebody DMs you, you can suggest a sales call. It's much more friendly and it has less pressure. Going into 2025 with AI in picture, the need for personal brand in general, is increasing. It's not enough to just have an offer. You need to create a trust. People are more and more shy, by the way, and giving them time to consume content and consume your system is going to bring you much more clients. Just sales calls won't do it anymore. It's just not the way to go anymore. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you're going to get more clients for yourself. So all that you need is a niche and an offer, 6 seconds reels or static image ad, which is all like stock footage. You need to have $5 to $10 per day, and you need to learn to create organic niche down content to build trust. Now all of this and much more I have in my freebie is going to be, again, first link down below.